2 days ago, I had the pleasure of having a second call with my book publisher. Now, during the first call, on which I already made a video about, we have been discussing all of the timelines as well as all of the work that's happening behind the scenes while publishing a book. Now, the second call was supposed to be about the really big tip of the iceberg: marketing. Contrary to a popular belief, which by the way I did not possess, but I know from the Facebook groups and forums of authors that a lot of people do, writing the book is not the end game. While yes, writing a book is the most important part of it, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that need to be done, and especially the marketing. And before you sharpen that pitchfork, let me just give you a little bit food for thought. There is a reason why the book says bestseller, not best writer. There is a reason for that. So marketing was one of the parts of book publishing that I kind of saw coming. I just didn't really know what to expect. So in this video, I will explain to you everything that I learned from my own publisher. Starting with a quick Q&A just to make things easier. Number one, when is the best moment to start working on the marketing? Now. Now seems like the great moment. Number two, should I start marketing my book the moment it gets on a pre-sale? No, honey, you should start marketing it way before that. For example, my book is going to get on a pre-sale end of July, beginning of August, and yet here we are. So if you want to, not miss out on this moment, sign yourself up for my newsletter reminder, which will send you literally just 2 emails. One, when the book gets on a pre-sale, and 2, once it's live. That's it. Just because, like if you like dark fantasy and multiple POVs and stuff like this, it may be actually for you. Dark themes, love it. Number 3, can I just skip on doing marketing and just run ads instead? Well, yes, ads are part of marketing. No, they're not enough, especially nowadays, and especially when you are a debut author or if you don't really have much of an audience for yourself. Once you are a really big best-selling author, probably you can just run ads and let your marketing team do things, but still, like marketing and social media, it's like at the base of the entire thing, honey. And last but not least, what do you actually mean by marketing my book? I mean, social media, website, blog, in-person events, podcast, TV, radio, newspapers, telling your friends, book clubs, and screaming to the void. Now that all of this is clear, here's what I discussed with my publisher. First things first, the person that's taking care of me, John. Hi John, how are you doing? I hope you are well. Has checked all of my socials and something that you could call a digital print, which actually ended up in a really big discussion. Changes on my main website. I won't lie, I knew right away that I will have to make a lot of changes in my website because at the current state when I signed the contract, it mostly served me as a portfolio for my videos and pictures and social media marketing stuff and things like this, and I knew it cannot be this way anymore and it has to be set for my books. Keeping in mind that simplicity is key, I just moved all of my portfolio stuff into my other website, which was also serving as a portfolio, but for a different type of a niche, but it was kind of the same thing, so I guess it went well. And this meant that I would spend the next couple of weeks working on my website, setting up a newsletter, and doing a lot of those things just to make sure that the website is ready for all of my book stuff. Now, I already finished doing this, so you can check it out down below, but I will be making a video with a lot of detail on what needs to be on the author's website, so be sure that you are subscribed so you will not miss out on this. And if it's already live, it's gonna be also down below in the description box. Changes on social media. I've been a content creator for more than 10 years, so the list of my social media platforms includes YouTube 2, TikTok 2, Instagram 2, Threads also 2, Substack, Patreon, Twitch, and there's just a lot of those things, isn't it? So with John, we decided that we will use my smaller social account just because the bigger one has a way different niche, which may not be related with my books, and I will just make it purely bookish. This means that everything Lexie.Janson became my bookish account, my author account, which makes the most sense as well because it uses my name and surname. Now, if you want to see what I'm doing on all of my social media accounts, here's all of the links. Feel free to enjoy and just check out what is going on in them. There's also a Substack, which is actually working as a blog for me. So just feel free to check out everything. Now here's why I decided to change all of those socials into bookish accounts or set them up as bookish accounts. This actually includes Substack. Number one, I am a fantasy reader myself. This means that I can talk about a lot of books and trends and things like this throughout my social media. And this is going to get me a lot of people who are reading the same type of content as me. And the content that I wrote is also connected with the things that I read and I like. So those people who will join me because they like fantasy and all the things like this, just like me, they will also like the things that I'm doing. Number two, I can use those accounts to add a little bit of an advertisement for my own stuff. For example, you are watching how the marketing looks like from the publisher side right now, but I also mentioned my own book and my own newsletter within this video. So it kind of makes sense that I can organically just put in, by the way, I wrote a book. If I have a certain audience that already likes fantasy and the things that I'm talking about, I can just sneak in every once in a while, by the way, my book pre-sale is now live and things like this. So it's going to allow me to basically have access to the audience that I need for my own stuff. Number three, social media accounts allow you to create a community of like-minded people that also see you as their friend and you see them as your friend. So they are more inclined to get really involved in the things that you are doing because they are on this journey with you and they agree with some of the things that you say or disagree, and you can have conversations and you can just have those really nice connections and relationships with people, which is making them more involved and more inclined to get your stuff. Basically, influencer marketing 101. Plus, as I said, marketing your book as soon as possible is the best thing that you can do. While I don't really have much to say or show about my book until it's edited, we have the cover and we have all the other things, I can start to create a community and give people updates about my book. I can make some posts that say, hey, we're in this process, we're in this percentage of the book ready, this is the information about it. All the things that I'm doing right now are for the time before I can show you anything about this book, but I'm still marketing it in a way. You see where I'm going there? And again, during this conversation, I actually anticipated something like this to happen and something like this to go through, so no shockers in there for me. Changes aside, what else? Obviously, my publisher will take care of some of the marketing and they will take care of the most necessary stuff that I may not know about. And this is the plus of having a publisher because they know their stuff, they have contacts, they know what needs to be done, they have experience, and there's a lot of things that they are much better than I could ever be, probably, unless I spent years probably trying to do it myself. One of the things that I actually learned about what publisher needs to do is the fact that they need to add the books to the British Library as well as the Library of Congress. I didn't really know about this, but any published book needs to get to those two libraries if it's being published in any of those countries. Interesting, did not know that. I'm actually shocked. My publisher will also send me the ARC, which is the author review copy, to send to some influencers or other authors if I want to, or leave on the street if I really feel like it, just so I can do some marketing with them as well and check for any type of issues with the printing, typos, and stuff like that. My publisher will also send my books to some of the reviewers, create graphics for socials, share my book in their networks and the newsletters, and more. Now, when it goes to sending my book to reviewers and other authors, it's actually something that I didn't know about, but within the publication, they send my book to some of the interested people in the same or similar genre, which I can also pick and say like, hey, I like this guy, I liked his book, or I liked his overview blurb, whatever, maybe he would like to read my book. So whenever you see a book that has like little, I actually have this one, quotes and stuff like this. Oh, there's even one here. So my publisher is sending those ARCs, art or review copy, to those authors and to some of the reviewers just to get me some of the reviews. Now, I also do have a couple of authors and people that are interested in reading my book by myself. So this is what I'm going to be doing with the books that are going to get sent to me. I'm going to send them to reviewers, to some of my friends, to some authors that I know and that agreed to read my book, which I'm actually really excited about. One of them is amazing. And my publisher will also help me out with in-person interviews, some of the podcasts and some of the contacts that they have and I don't. And of course, I could do all of those things by myself, but they have a better reach and more, connections with it than me. Now, obviously, not everything is on the publisher regarding the marketing. So what I will do is, as I mentioned, I will create a list of influencers and authors that I want to send my book to, just because I want to collect praise for Crown of Shadows, or praise for Lexie Janson, or praise for the White Raven Tales series, just so I can have it on my book. Now, this is something that apparently is a big thing. You can have it on your cover or like inside of the book. Actually, does this one have it on the inside of the book? No, it doesn't, does it? No, this one doesn't. Does it have it on the back? Ugh. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. Create a list of podcasts and shows that I would like to go to or be a guest at, just to get a little bit more of a push through their own audiences. Set up my own accounts on really important websites of authors and book readers, such as Goodreads, as well as research some of the smaller bookish events at the local libraries, local bookstores, and stuff like this. And I already have a list of everything in Dublin that I want to be in. What's next? As of now, I am creating a lot of bookish content on all of my socials, my Substack, creating a newsletter, and making sure that a lot of people hear about the fact that I wrote a book and it's incoming really, really soon. My current idea is also to share the entire process of everything that's going on behind the scenes, like the video right here, and sharing a lot of insights of what it's like to get published and what you need to do to get published as well. Now, my editor will contact me somewhere early in June so we can start working on making the book as good as possible and making sure that there is no typos or any other issues such as plot holes and things like this. And also during somewhere this time, I will be contacted by the graphic designer as well as the interior designer of my book. Now, in the meantime, because it's not June yet, I am actually working on book 2, so I can ensure that the moment I'm triggering my contract to start the work with book 2, it's almost ready or it is already there. And obviously, I'm telling you everything about what is going on behind the scenes and how it all looks like, so we can all be on the same journey. It starts feeling like a lot, doesn't it? It's really not just about writing the book, huh? My release date is Halloween 2025. Pre-sale is supposed to be starting at the end of July or beginning of August 2025. So again, if you want to be sure that you will not miss out on this, just check out the newsletter that will just send you 2 emails. That's it. My current goal is to sell 2,000 books during the pre-sale just to trigger my contract for the book number 2. And the second goal is to hit 10,000 books sold within the first 6 months from the publishing. Can I do it? I'm sure I can. And I'm happy to have you along for the journey. So if you like this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up to help me make algorithm extremely happy. And don't forget to just comment if you have any questions, ideas, or if you just want to say hi, because I like it when people say hi. I'm gonna see you in the next video. And until then, stay awesome, fam. Bye.